Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Diamond Wizard, starring Colin Tapley. Uncredited, of course. I have no idea who these actors are. It looks like a Hammer type flick, noir type. U.S. guy working with a bunch of Brit actors in England, London, whatever. So there's that, but it was released by United Artists, and it was pretty good. I mean, a little slow build up. Plot was kind of confusing, which made it even better, and the ending was great. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Basically, it's about synthetic diamond dealers. I guess they made the perfect synthetic stone, which is the equivalent of natural diamond, unlike Zubrick zirconi. And somehow this is a great crime against the industry of Great Britain, because it's going to put the unfortunate diamond dealers out of business. It's eerily similar to the kind of argument they used to make against Napster back when it was free. And even when it wasn't free, they still took, half of the music industry's business. Just because everything is so easily available now online. Even if you do have to pay for it, it's cheaper than buying a damn CD from Target or whatever, Best Buy or Amazon. So I guess back in 1953, they were worried about synthetic diamonds. Around 2005, they were worried about Napster. Same kind of argument there. I don't really understand what the big deal is about all this stuff, but apparently the U.S. Treasury is involved. So the guy flies over to Scotland Yard to try to find these synthetic diamond smugglers, I guess you'd call them. Then there's a little love triangle thing going on with the Mac guy at Scotland Yard, the Brit detective, and the guy who works for U.S. Treasury. I guess he's a detective also. I guess they're in love with Dr. Miller's daughter, the guy who came up with these synthetic diamonds, which were supposed to be for commercial use, not for personal pleasure. But then the crooks got a hold of it, and they start getting heavy-handed with the Dr. Miller guy. Meanwhile, his daughter's trying to figure out what's going on. Why he just disappeared for 4 days. She works for TWA. I guess she's a front counter ticket person. She's pretty good looking for a white gal. And you get to see her take off her blouse to reveal negligee underneath. That's the high point of the film, other than the climax at the end. And I guess it was the first 3D movie in Great Britain, England, or whatever you want to call it. But I saw it in 2D on Netflix streaming. So try to find maybe it's public domain. Maybe I can find it on YouTube, and I'll just post the link to the movie. You can check it out yourself for free. But in any case, it's just very confusing how the Scotland Yard gets its clues, and it's kind of fast paced toward the end, slow at the beginning, but yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great flick. I like noir in general, even though I couldn't really get the whole premise of going after synthetic diamond dealers. But in any case, um, it seems to me if they were making synthetic diamonds and flooding the market like what the Hunt brothers tried to do, um, that would make the price go down actually, which might hurt diamond manufacturers, but it certainly would help consumers if the diamonds were cheaper. They tried to say that the diamonds would sell at the same price as normal diamonds, which is hard to believe. Usually, when supply goes up, the price goes down. Laws of economics, but I guess they don't teach this kind of stuff to filmmakers. But they tried to say that the price would remain the same. They give about $1 million for, I don't know, um, a fraction of the cost to make these diamonds. It's just cheaper than actually going out and mining and going out and buying a diamond mine. So that's a great crime against humanity, supposedly. I guess the equivalent nowadays would be to manufacture a diamond from a 3D printer, which would be impossible. But you make other valuable things from a 3D printer and nobody cares. So, like auto parts and things like that. So there's that. I'm surprised they thought in the 1950s this was a big crime, why they didn't go after 3D printers for auto parts. 50 years later, but anyways, my phone's getting old. It takes about 5 hours to charge, and then when you make one phone call, it loses all its power. So cool. Couldn't quite understand who the victim was in this case. But I guess there's some protectionism there. They want to probably the diamond manufacturers in Great Britain bribed all the politicians. They said, go after these synthetic diamond producers. So that didn't really make sense to me, but in any case, it was a fun flick. They could have made it, real gangsters, and it would have been just as fun to watch. So I didn't want to be too nitpicky about that, but in that sense, it's kind of dated. These diamonds aren't Zubik, zirconi, cheaper stuff that are obviously fake and not the same as real diamonds, but still, the whole premise behind this victimless crime was kind of silly to me, but still enjoyable. I'm not going to say that it detracted from the movie, just made it a little bit dated, I guess, by about 60 years, 55 years, whatever. So there's that, and that's the end of my review. Have a great weekend. It'll be nice. I thought it was supposed to rain this weekend. But, anyways, I get to see my son tomorrow. Been watching thousands of episodes of Dark Shadows during the past couple of years. And now I'm at the, Bramwell Collins episodes? The ones people love to hate, the Wuthering Heights ripoff and the Lottery ripoff. Dark Shadows is a ripoff on a lot of stuff. Dracula, Werewolf, Frankenstein, all the gothic monsters. And I guess they ran out of ideas, so they started doing H.P. Lovecraft and Wuthering Heights, which is not really horror, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's better than watching stupid ghosts haunting Colin like Quentin Collins, Daphne Harridge, Gerard Stiles. Those episodes are kind of boring, but still at the same time weird enough to get your attention. Oh man, I think Quentin Collins' Ghost, the gramophone thing, is ridiculous. Oh, that's enough to drive you nuts. You hear that in every single episode. So, anyways, enough about Dark Shadows. Probably talked enough about it, but I'm watching it intermittently for the past couple of years. My ex-wife used to hate it when I had the Dark Shadows on. It was just the beginning episodes back a couple of years ago. You know, Bert Devlin's bleeder valve. And she got all mad because my 3-year-old son at the time was getting ready for bed, and I had this Dark Shadows on, which wasn't that scary. Just had the creepy music, you know. Not too many ghosts at that time. It was basically just kind of Jane Eyre type, black and white stuff. Not too scary. But she's an ex-wife for a reason. She, she's always getting on my case when I was living there. So I don't live there anymore. So hopefully soon my son will run away and get out of that dungeon in San Mateo. But I'll get to see him tomorrow. Fortunately, my mom got Obamacare. So she's got this really crappy health insurance. And she doesn't want to pay out of pocket to see a doctor. She sprained her wrist or something. So she can't drive down here anymore. I got pissed off at her today. I said, "Oh, you think Obamacare is great? I think it's crappy. But good luck with it." And you keep saying that you're going to come the following week, but you never come. So I don't think you're coming anytime soon. Hopefully that will convince her to see a doctor. But sometimes you have to be mean to the people you love, I guess. She's got about 20,000 in her savings account. I don't know why she can't see a doctor for like $300 or whatever it is. I mean, there's got to be a copay. Maybe it's a really high copay, like $100, but I mean, come on. You're complaining that you've been sick and injured for the past month, and then you don't, you just stay at home and get people to buy you groceries and stuff. That's not right. Anyways, enough about my mother and Dark Shadows. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I thought this was going to be kind of long, dragging movie, but started to pick out right around the time Scotland Yard is, gathering clues, chasing these guys. They have all the rendezvous points and the synthetic diamond manufacturer with the gargoyle knocker. They had to search all these neighborhoods looking for a gargoyle knocker, and of course, they arrived just in time as the place is about to blow up with all the people inside. So that part was pretty cool. And there's an ongoing joke that the Yankee guy from Treasury Department is the, the the detective dude from the United States is trying to quit smoking. There's kind of a side joke that I guess he's kind of flaky about traveling when he's trying to arrange dates with Marlene, Dr. Miller's daughter. That's about it. It's in glorious black and white, of course. That's probably why it's on Netflix streaming and there's no DVD. But like I said, I'll try to find it, see if it's available on YouTube. Probably is. But post a link in the description box down there, and you can check it out. If it's on YouTube, there's got to be something on YouTube. But let me search for it, and I'll get back to you on that later.